I refused to read this book for a year. I refused because I was afraid that this wouldn't live up to the hype that surrounds it, and I am so happy to say that I was proven wrong. Now let me just rip the band-aid off and get this over with. No, I did not give this 5 stars, and I'll explain why in a second, but regardless, I still highly recommend this if you somehow haven't picked it up yet. From the beginning, Wang makes it known that this story is not going to be cozy, and you are going to have a great time having an extremely bad time and feeling very uncomfortable. There's so much brutality in this world, and the author does not sugarcoat it. She makes sure that you understand just how bad it is, and I loved and hated that. Something else I loved and hated was our main character, Sayona. This girl has good intentions, and you know that, but you also know that despite what she might think, she isn't any better than her peers. The insane amount of racism that lives in her head and sometimes even leaves her mouth had me so pissed off, but I loved that because she wasn't perfect. She was brilliant but naive, she wanted good for the world but simultaneously contributed to the oppression of the Quen by buying into the idea that they were less than. And it was just overall such a back and forth when it came to my feelings and what I wanted for her. But again, I loved that. I love when I'm not immediately in love with the main character and their actions because it makes the character feel that much more human to me. Now, I did love Tamil from beginning to end, and I am very kindly requesting an entire book about him. Also, the magic system in this was so much fun and unlike anything that I've personally read so far, which was so refreshing. Now, as for why I didn't give this 5 stars, and this might be spoilers, so earmuffs on if you haven't read this. Firstly, Sayona's whole mission is to fight for women's rights when it came to being high mages. It's constantly something she brings up, and yet we never really see anything come of that, which is fine but also frustrating since it was always shoved down our throats. I also felt like some of the other themes, such as the racism that the Quen experienced, was thrown in our faces too much. I'm not saying that it wasn't important, but I don't need to be reminded every single chapter about it. To some degree, it felt like the author didn't trust me to remember those facts and just kept going, hey, by the way, this is really bad. Overall, this was one hell of a page-turning book, 4.5 stars.